All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? Or as Martin would say, what's up? What's up? What's up? Or something like that. Hey, everybody, welcome to Jeffrey Time. Let's talk about Cowboys Giants, shall we? Nothing like whooping up on a division rival. That's a lot of fun. But what I wanted to do was, you'll notice that this video did not come out right after the game because much like Jason Garrett, we got to watch the film. Now, all 22 is not available yet, but I was able to watch the condensed game so that I could chart some things for you because what I want to talk about today, yes, Dak was awesome. Go ahead, give him his money. Let's party. That's great. But what I want to talk about is Kellen Moore and his secret sauce. Plus, I got to get juiced up there. So, Kellen Moore, the things that I wanted to see and the things that I went back to check about what was different about this offense is I wanted to check play action, pre-snap motion, and what'd you do on 1st and 10. Those are the things that I wanted to look at with Kellen Moore. Now, I have those answers, which you can see on my Twitter account at JC1053, and I'm going to get to them real quick because I tweeted them out, which means that I can just read them off of here. So, first thing, play action for the Cowboys. Play action works, guys. I don't know if you knew that. Play action's really cool. It's awesome. Did you know that if you fake the ball to a running back, that people will either stand still or come forward and you can throw it over their head? It's a lot of fun. Play action for the Dallas Cowboys. First half is all that really matters because the second half you're just kind of playing out the string because you already kicked their butt. In the first half on play action, Dak Prescott was 10 for 11 for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. So better than 10 yards per attempt and a couple of scores when they ran play action. So that's a Kellen Moore thing. Last year, I believe the Rams led the NFL in how often they ran play action on pass plays. It was like 35 or something % of the time. Well, the Cowboys went better than that in week 1. So they went better than the league leader a year ago when it came to running play action. And that's one of those things that the nerds, I want to see people push the limits on it because there is no sign that you have to be able to run the ball to run play action. There's no evidence that running play action too often makes it less effective. There's no evidence of any of those things. It just works. And the Cowboys got to see that yesterday. Going 10 of 11 in the first half, 12 of 13 overall because they came out and had a couple play action plays early in the second half, including another long touchdown. So 12 of 13 for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns on play action. That's absurd, and it's awesome. Push the envelope on that. See what happens. The other thing that I wanted to chart is what they do on 1st and 10. Because that's one of those things where I think a year ago and historically the Cowboys run too much on 1st and 10, and your expected return on it's just not great. So on 1st and 10 in this game, they ran the ball 12 times. It was either Zeke or Pollard each time, and they ran the ball 12 times for 40 yards. It's 3.3 yards per attempt. So on average, on 1st and 10, if they ran the ball, they were looking at 2nd and 7. That's not a successful play, right? You'd love to get – they had a couple where they got 5 yards, and if you can get that, that's cool. I like that. No problem. But at just over 3 yards per attempt, not good. When they passed the ball on 1st and 10, there were 8 of those plays. 6 of them were complete for 98 yards. So that's 12.3 yards per attempt when you ran a passing play, 3.3 yards. So 9 extra yards if you pass the ball on 1st and 10. Now, you're never going to say, hey, there was 20 plays, we passed it 20 times on 1st down because there's got to be a law of diminishing returns somewhere. I don't know what that number is, but it's got to exist. But I still think that there's room to be more aggressive on 1st downs, even after a game where they were freaking awesome offensively. I think that there is still room for them to push that a little bit more. And one of the other things I'd like to say about the running game, which wasn't great and kind of goes to my point, if you want to win in football, tell me who passed the ball efficiently. I'll tell you who won the football game, and that's what the Cowboys did on Sunday. I do think the running game is going to pop. It'll be better than that. And I don't think it was really that Zeke wasn't in camp or anything like that. It's just that sometimes you block better, sometimes you're able to break a tackle, whatever. Because one of the things that I noticed is the way that the Cowboys were lining up, you were running 6 blockers against 6 run defenders on run plays. Now, there was one where I think it was Janoris Jenkins or somebody got downhill in a hurry and was able to make a play and stop Zeke for like a 2-yard gain, kind of string a play out. But they're able to get the boxes that they want with Kellen Moore setting you up mostly in 11 personnel, but splitting tight ends out, bringing receivers around in motion and doing all those things. You were able to get the matchup you want, even if you want to run the ball. They had the matchup for it. They were running against 6-man boxes with 6 blockers. They were better pass blocking than they were run blocking in week 1. And nobody was really able to break a tackle and make a big play on any of those plays. But the run game's going to come because it's set up for it. The way that they're running offense, the way that they're lining up is set up for you to also be able to run the ball. So they're off to a freaking awesome start offensively. The play action was great. There was a ton of pre-snap shift and motion stuff going on. So the Kellen Moore era has arrived, and the beginning of it is freaking glorious. The one other thing I want to mention is Randall Cobb. Michael Gallup too, of course, but I've been on the Michael Gallup train since he was at Colorado State doing draft work on him and praying that he would become a Cowboy. So we already know that. But Randall Cobb's one of the guys that in camp I was just kind of like, are they going to miss Cole Beasley? And through week 1, I think what you miss in training camp and what I missed, and this is kind of a Miles Austin thing too back in the day, is some guys you got to be on the actual field playing football before you can figure out where his big-time strengths are. So for Randall Cobb, you had the touchdown on the post route. You had the 3rd and 10 where he caught the ball probably 5 yards short of the sticks, and it's him versus one guy. And he had to go grown man strength on him to basically say, no, you're not going to tackle me. I'm going to get 5 more yards. You can't bring me to the ground right here. You can't do it. And then he had another one where he did the motion behind the quarterback, catches the swing pass, and he takes that for 18 yards because it was him and one guy, and he basically told him, no, you're not going to tackle me. We're going to keep going this way. So those sort of players who it's not necessarily about massive separation, it's not necessarily about you can't stay with me, it's more about I'm hard to bring to the ground. He's going to be really fun in this offense. So Kellen Moore saved the world, and Randall Cobb's really fun in the slot. Play action, pre-snap motion. It's a party, Cowboys. Remember to go to 1053thefan.com every day. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter. All that stuff. And remember, I love you.